Are you serious? Are you kidding?
I've been
Those are
on
pretty
Elden
good.
Ring.
I have
pretty
been
good.
on college football.
Are you serious?
Okay. Hot take. Hot take. If the year ended today, it would be my game of the year.
I see that once again.
Oh, so anyways, let's ignore what Chase just said.
I don't think it's unreasonable to say college football 25 is in consideration for game of the year. What else is there?
I consider
Space
Shadows
Marine
of the Erd
2
Tree a new game,
Warhammer.
and I'll give it that. Elden
Warhammer,
Ring
They put
again.
under the
Warhammer's not out.
DLC.
Uh, Elden Ring is just the DLC. If they didn't give it to Phantom
Still
Liberty
better.
last year, they shouldn't give
Still
it to.
better.
They shouldn't give it to Elden Ring this year. I will say Elden Ring was probably
What's
my
Phantom Liberty?
Cyberpunk, the Cyberpunk DLC. They tried to get it into the game of the year conversation, but they were saying, oh, since it was a DLC, we can't include it because it's not the base game.
Who's we? Who are these people?
Do you live under a rock? Do you
No.
do you experience anything ever in the culture?
Damn. He called you
Cyberpunk?
uncultured. You're gonna let him call you that?
Uncultured. That's yeah. What's up?
Slap his
If
nuts off.
if cyberpunk is culture, then I want to be on.
I still think you should watch the anime again, but
You
that's
you
neither
should
here
watch
nor
the
there.
anime. You should play the game because it got
I'm not
better.
playing the game.
The fucking Phantom Liberty DLC literally drove me to tears. The ending is so fucking good. You will literally just sit there and be like lost in your whole moral compass, you know. You will just like be like sitting there pondering on all the different like what is life, you know? What is happening? Where are we going as a society?
Wow.
I want to bully you for saying you cried.
Do it.
At,
Do it.
I
After
want to.
saying
I want to
that,
stuff you
Chase-
in a locker and set it on fire.
after saying that, Chase, you've really actually turned over no leaves at all because no, dude.
Yeah, had us in the first half.
I think a lot of people on the internet would agree with me.
It's probably a good game. I will
I've not
probably
seen
play
any.
it one day. I got games I'd rather play.
And
above
you're
that.
literally playing Warframe.
Yeah, you
That's
are
better.
playing Warframe again. Yeah,
That literally
It's absurd.
came out before Destiny and never even got close to being any sort of relevancy in the entire
You only play games when they're
span.
relevant.
No, I'm just saying like it's obviously it's not like good enough to catch mainstream attention. I would say there's probably a cult following.
You only play games with mainstream attention.
I'm saying mainstream attention tends to be the key indicator to show that something is widely good for everybody. It's widely like a good, acceptable game for everybody.
And that's cyberpunk for you.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Okay.
Gan,
Moving on.
you played the game when it first came out. Everybody will admit it
Yes,
sucked
I
when it
was
first
so
came out.
I was so stoked. And then when I saw that half-ass piece of garbage,
Okay. Would you rather them not do anything with that game and fix it and just keep putting out updates for it or not any updates at all? Or would you rather have a dedicated team of
or take
developers?
it off of the store,
They did.
like it originally.
They did.
Yeah, and keep it off.
No, they made updates to it, so now it is playable and fun. And then they added on one of the greatest DLC expansions to date. Like, and for any video game besides Elden Ring.
You're tripping.
I will say,
You're tripping.
besides Elden Ring, it was one of the best DLC expansions.
God of War.
No. If it didn't have any Game of the Year nominations, then no. No.
It's better than the God of War DLCs
Yes.
or the DLC, whatever.
It was, guys, I don't think we're comprehending what I'm saying. Phantom Liberty was nominated for Game of the Year,
I mean,
but they would not let it in because it was not the base game. It was just a DLC. But they were trying to say it standalone is Game of the Year. God of War was not in that conversation. God of War's DLC was not in that conversation.
who's saying this?
Do you not
hold on.
follow? Do you not follow?
What did it go up against? Well, what did it go up against?
Baldur's Gate. What else came out last year? It came out last year, so whatever came out last year. Baldur's Gate ended up winning, but I don't know.
Besides Baldur's Gate, what other major things?
What wasn't there like a Resident Evil? It went up against. I don't know. Look it up. We have phones. We have internet.
So to me, it sounds like what you're saying is it didn't really have much competition for a nomination.
It went up against Baldur's Gate.
Nobody was going to beat Baldur's Gate, so that doesn't matter.
Game of the
That's
Year
real.
2023 nominees. Alan Wake 2, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Resident Evil 4, and Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty.
I think IGN runs the game awards. I
Well,
really
those
do.
were there was only
They
three
are
major
good.
games that came out last year.
But I really do feel like IGN low key runs that.
No, I was saying this to somebody. I don't understand. Before I even get into all this, hello everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of the Something Original podcast. My name is Adrian, in our lovely virtual studio. I'm joined with our other host,
Jace.
And Gannon.
Okay, back to my
Welcome
point. Game Informer is shutting down
Yeah,
after
whoa, dude.
20-something years. But IGN, a company that had a reviewer who could not get past the Cuphead tutorial, is allowed to keep running.
Yeah. So the thing with Game Informer though is that they started off as just a print publishing company, and they did try and go digital, but they never really caught on to that mainstream connection, I guess. But IGN was always digital, and I think just was able to keep up with the times with that.
I remember Game Informer too.
Yeah,
I used
dude,
to
I
get them
love
so
that
much.
shit.
I forgot what happened to them. Just reading through, especially when it came to the Game of the Year time, I'd be like, I didn't play any of these games, but I heard so much from people.
That's how I knew
What
about
is this
Halo.
game? I need to play it.
Halo 3 ODST, but when they
I played
first
that.
announced it, it was like Halo 3 Recon, and I was like, that is the fucking sickest name in the world. But then ODST dropped, and I was like, they butchered the name, but the game was still great.
ODST was fun. I played that. I think it was four of us. For my friend back in elementary school. It was his birthday. It was a sleepover, and we were up to 3 in the morning playing. We played the entire campaign on LAN. It was split screen on 2 TVs playing LAN.
Oh, that's
It was
I could
cool.
not imagine that, especially with how small those fucking TVs were back in the day, dude. Man, imagine doing that today.
I mean, we used to do that. Well, we did that at my house.
at the-
My brother and sister would take their TVs, put it in the living room, but it's not split screen. What were you saying again?
The Airbnb that we got actually isn't the original one because it was taken out by the time we got it, but it's one closer to what Chase was saying, and it's a gaming one. The dude has gaming setups all over the house.
Oh, damn.
We're not going to be doing
Yeah.
much of that, though.
Why not?
Well,
Yeah, after
can't just hang
Thursday.
out at
Yeah,
night?
after Thursday, what are we
Oh.
doing? Let's go out. Let's party,
just-
baby.
Well, I mean, maybe you guys are. I know on the 23rd, we're going to see Sarah's sister for a bit. She's going to come say say
Oh.
see
To
us and say
Denver?
hi.
Okay, we can all go out, or we can all go to the Airbnb and game
Party.
party.
We could do fun party. I'm
I thought we
talking
could just hang
drinks.
out.
I'm talking.
Well, we're gonna be hanging out.
We can't.
Yeah.
It could be at the same time.
I thought we was
We
gonna
could be
be. I thought
split
I was gonna be
screening some
rolling
shit.
up for us. I thought we was gonna be blowing down
We
and
are.
throwing down
I
without
get
the vicious.
schizophrenic, so I cannot partake.
You are schizophrenic without it.
Shut up!
I was gonna ask you
You said
guys,
one more thing to me.
are we gonna record like in person?
I mean, I do have my studio set up, aka my phone and my earpods at all
There
times.
you go.
But
And I also have an extra mic. But I was thinking Target has this like Rode microphone for like $100. I was thinking of just swinging over there and getting it. And it's like a tabletop one where it takes in all the sound.
I was gonna get a bunch of those
that
cheap
actually,
clip-on
wait,
mics.
hang on. Because
Eh,
honestly, my camera on my phone's not bad. Hang on, one sec.
well,
I can bring my stand. Hear me out, Adrian.
Hear him
Hear
out,
me out.
Adrian.
hear me out first. Hear me out first.
Okay,
I have a mini
first, yeah,
PC
sure.
I can pack up, and we can record
You're gonna take
off
that on the
with
plane?
that camera. Dude, it's like
Camera
this big. I
quality,
can pack
dude?
it.
Dude,
I have an
the
actual
camera quality
webcam.
on my iPhone. Well,
I have an
my
actual webcam.
cam has been webbing, dude. My cam would be webbing, so
I don't care. But should we do it? Should we do a live in person episode when we're
We could.
all here?
um can we all connect to one device though? You know what I mean?
We probably won't do it on Riverside.
Oh wait, no, it'd be like as if Chase was recording.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like since he sends out the invites, he could log in
Yeah,
on a single camera and we just record that way. Boom.
yeah. I have his login info here for the.
Hacker.
Hacker.
He gave me the info. He gave me the passwords
Freaking
and stuff.
hacker, dude.
So
Nah,
if
dude.
we ever have to
Nah,
record
dude.
without him,
You're
That's
going
that.
too far,
Freaky,
Adrian.
am I right?
Yeah.
Should have
Sussy
leaked pictures.
Baka.
I'll leak all your dirty shit right now. I'm
That
literally
has
hacked
been
into your
scrubbed
phone
from
right
the internet, I hope. Back in the day,
I
I
don't
was
really care if it
freaking my
happens.
shit.
You guys ever heard of these?
What is that? Is that a PBR?
No, it kind of does give that
now. Is it
effect.
apple
but
juice in a
It's
can?
like apple imperial hard cider, 8%. At first, I thought they were disgusting, but it's one of those tastes where you just like keep trying it and it gets better.
Interesting.
Chase is too busy texting
Sorry.
right now.
Yeah.
My
was it?
phone was fucking
was-
blowing up.
I was gonna say something. So while we're there in Colorado, I was thinking I wanted to do, I wanted to get those like cheap clip-on mics for us, and like just kind of get
Cheap?
some like B-roll
This is a high production.
footage during like the celebration and stuff. You know.
Sure. Knock yourself out.
But
I
if
think
we're
I
gonna do
have
live-
some of those. I couldn't figure out how that worked, but I think I have.
Yeah, bring them.
some of those
Maybe we can-
clip-on mics.
We can test it out here, and then we can get it to work for you, and then you can just use them after that.
Yeah. But no, I can bring my stuff. I can bring my laptop, keyboard, mic, camera.
I think if we can maybe do it at the Airbnb, and if this, I'm thinking this dude has like fucking arcade machines or something. We can just have that in the background. That'd be sick.
I'll send the link. I meant to send it earlier, but I'll send the link to it in the group chat. It looks pretty cool. I think it's a hot tub too. I can't remember.
Oh, does it have a time machine?
Yeah.
Hot
We'll
tub time
have
machine?
we'll have to wait until it gets real dark. It's hot as fuck here. I have my feet by the
Yeah.
window right now, actually, and they're just toasty. They're just toasting right now. Bacon.
I could actually feel it's getting a little warmer in here.
Just think cold thoughts, Adrian.
Um, cold thoughts. Any take Chase has. That worked.
Hmm. Oof.
I
Got
don't
him.
think I've ever had a bad take though. I feel
Speaking
like
of cold
I
thoughts,
feel like I feel like I have always steered you guys towards peak. And you guys for some reason doubt me every
Lies.
step of the way. I told you about
Lies.
Cyberpunk. I told you about Cyberpunk and then it took Trey to say something about Cyberpunk and then you were like, "Oh, okay, maybe I'll try it."
That's not peak. It's
It's
good. It's not peak.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying it's. I've never steered you into something that's bad.
Uh,
mm,
as I recall, um, you steered me into butt stuff. That's bad.
Well, some would say it's great.
The fact that I had to
I
have Chase
finished
defend
Invincible,
that insult.
Invincible this week.
You're reading Invincible this
Ooh,
week.
I finished it.
ooh.
Oh, finish the whole
Speaking of
thing.
reading,
Yeah. Well,
speaking of reading, Chase, have you read the latest chapter of Kagurabachi?
Oh no, I haven't been keeping up. I've been reading Sakamoto Days, and
Did you read the
I've
latest
been
chapter of that?
uh no, not the latest one. I'm still catching up, but
Oh my God.
I've been actually reading the Elden Ring manga.
oh, I got my first one finally came in.
Did you have you started reading it?
Not yet, because
It's
I was.
so funny, dude. It's Is that Invincible? I
What's
can't
that?
see. It's a little blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. He said his camera's good. Oh, I see it now. Invincible.
He said his camera's good, but it's actually fucking dog shit.
Yeah. What are you recording on an iPhone 11?
Damn.
13 Pro Max, bro, boy. Anyways,
Jinx. I have one too.
Oh, I have a
look
14
at that.
Max, so suck
All
my
this.
penis.
Oh,
I'm trying to like hold it up
speaking
like a
of
phone,
which,
but it's not working.
Hold it up like wads of money.
Who it is?
It looks like it would make you invincible.
I had to fix that off camera.
Basically, it does. It's like 10 pounds of Invincible comics.
What are you doing with all that ass? Double cheeked up on a Monday afternoon.
Are you gonna sneeze?
I
Or
thought
should
you.
glitch us?
No.
It
He's gonna
looked like
sneeze.
something. But what were you saying about reading, Adrian?
I literally already asked you the question.
Oh, well, I thought you just had more in-depth takes for this, in-depth podcast that you
Well,
wanted to speak
no,
about.
I can't say it because you haven't caught up on Kagurabachi or Sakamoto Days, so I don't want to.
But we're all caught
I
up
can't say
with
it
Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
except Gan.
I know. Gan, what are you doing?
Man,
Come on, just read the leaks.
I don't. I told you guys this.
Just get a
Physical
Shonen Jump.
copy.
Just get a Shonen Jump subscription and just read it on your phone.
Yeah.
I don't like
It's
reading on
quick.
my phone. I
You can get
feel
through.
gross. I feel yucky.
You can get through the end of season 2 of the anime to all the way caught up to where the manga is caught up to. Like all those chapters in like 2-3 hours.
That's
Just
why I like doing it
get
on
a
my
Shonen
phone,
Jump
because
subscription.
whenever I'm like at a doctor's appointment or the dentist or just like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lull in my day, I just open up my phone and like read a chapter or two, and I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Or I could just have the book with me.
Yeah, but you have to lug the book around. You always have your phone with you.
Very true.
And then if you finish your book, oh, then you don't have another. Oh man, then you always have to be thinking like, oh, I'm about to finish this. Maybe I should carry two. And then that's just more stuff you have to carry around.
And then you're known as the book guy, and then we gotta bully you.
I am the book guy at my work. I bring all my manga and my comics in. I don't
Bully
care.
him.
Bully.
I'll uppercut them off. I'll uppercut two mobs.
See, think about it this way. Think about it this way. When you take that drive later this month, Are you gonna want to have to bring a bunch of books with you too, or it'll just be more convenient to just have it on your phone?
I'm gonna be driving most of it, so why?
You guys are gonna switch off half-half?
Man, that was a great episode. A great chapter.
You guys aren't gonna
hundred
switch
thousand
off, like
dollars later.
do it half-half? Seems like a pretty long
I
drive.
mean, yeah, but I'm one of those enjoy the scenery kind of guys if I'm driving or
Jeez,
riding.
I hate any drive over an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Well, I made that drive Gannon's gonna make, and I mean, I drove the whole way because we had to take both our cars. So Shiloh was in one, I was in the other, and we had to stop midway because we had to stop in Topeka, Kansas, because it's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I drove from
It's
Arizona by myself. Changes a man.
Yeah, didn't you see like ghosts and shit?
Yeah, the drive through like the Nevada deserts where you go like it's 1 o'clock in the morning and you're going through these windy roads where you can't go super fast, and then you look to your right and you see a guy in front of a truck and there's a floodlight shining out into the desert. It's like I don't think he's out here trying to use a metal detector finding coins this you know what I mean? This early in the morning.
he's ghost hunting.
Or he's burying a body, or it's just an illusion.
Yeah.
Or he's ghost
It
hunting.
did it was a trippy ride.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
Kind
Adrian.
of like my dad.
Every time you like move your mic, it is popping.
Sorry,
Me?
I'll move it less.
No,
Uh,
Adrian.
what was I gonna say? Again, you're like my dad. My dad used to like when we used to take the
I
drive from
am.
Florida
I am.
to.
I am your father. Yes.
You don't want that. No, no,
I am him.
no.
I am
He would
now
take. He
daddy.
would do the entire drive from like Florida, South Florida, to like Pennsylvania or New York, wherever we were driving to, nonstop, like the whole like 16, 17, 18 hours. Just like stop for bathroom and food. That's it. It's actually
Yeah.
crazy.
I like to get
I
things
don't know how you people
done.
do it.
I think well, in my past life, I was probably a trucker or some form of wagoneer. That's just what I do.
You look like you'd
Who's
be a
driving this
lumberjack.
truck?
Jesus Christ.
Bless you.
Ugh. Ugh. Getting sick.
That reminds me of
Wait,
um,
I wanted to segue.
okay. No, that's
I have a
fine.
new segment
Fuck me.
for you guys. And for the audience to participate in. This segment's going to be called
Oh, what's it called?
the segment's going to be called Players Want to Play. And this is a segment where we talk about games that should exist and we want to play. And I'm going to kick us off with the very first one. I'm going to let you guys think of your own games that should exist and want to be out there. But I'm going to start off so you guys have some time to. Okay, what? What can?
What are the parameters of this?
It's games that don't exist that should exist. Okay.
Are you doing them based off something, or is it our own
It can be
ideology?
based on something, or it can be your own idea, or whatever. It just can't exist.
Oppenheimer Simulator.
No,
You get to build the bomb.
I think that already
This
exists.
probably
It already probably.
that's on the internet somewhere. You can find
Yeah.
it.
That's what I was thinking because there's a lot of different simulator games out there. Like there's a truck driving simulator, power washer, lawn mowers. Like
But
there's 3 goat simulator games.
yeah, what the fuck. Anyways, I got this idea from another video, and I will talk about it. It's written in the notes, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to let you guys think of games that you would want to see. I'm going to give the end all be all game that should already fucking exist, but for some reason doesn't. Um, a massive open world, open universe, if you will, Star Wars MMO or
You took my entire
Sorry.
idea, so that's crazy.
Well,
No, that's fine.
but see, that's what I'm saying. This game should already fucking exist, but it doesn't. Have a open universal game, kind of like Jedi Fallen Survivor, combat wise, character customization. You get a pick if you want to be a bounty hunter or a Jedi or somewhere in between. I mean, we saw it with that second game. Like fucking Cal has a lightsaber. He can switch his fucking stances and stuff to wield the lightsaber, and he has a blaster too that he uses at the same time. We need something like that. Give us fucking planets to discover, a great storyline, and like ship customization and flight abilities. How has this game not existed already? That is what everybody wants from a Star Wars game. Give it to us already.
Quick side note: you guys seen IGN hyping up Star Wars Outlaws because it's flopping so bad?
Yeah. Ubisoft is throwing the bag at these review platforms.
And you see the explosion animation? It's so bad, dude.
I will.
That looks like a 2006 gaming explosion.
Yeah, I just, it's like, it's a game nobody asked for. Like, no
Yeah.
one wants a Mary Jane-esque mission from Spider-Man, like, playthrough, you know? People want to be Jedis. People want to create their own characters. People don't like I personally don't like role-playing games where I'm role-playing as a person I am not, you know?
Yeah. The victim.
The victim. Well, Elden Ring the exception, but
Hmm.
I want to be able to create my character and run through the story how I want. Especially when there's different
Yeah.
like sorts of play styles. Like, it's like, come on. If you're letting
And
me
like
pick
in the
my play
time
style, then let me pick my characters.
and like this time in gaming, having like I feel like having a gameplay where it's just so closed off like that, it's just you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
Like out here dropping something like that. Having like Star Wars in the universe of itself, there's so many different races and different everything. There's different cultures like in all over these planets, and you just limit yourself to a just like smuggler, not even like a full bounty hunter,
Yeah.
but a smuggler.
Yeah. And have that shit multiplayer. I want to be able to duel my homies or just
Hmm.
straight off murk them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, wouldn't happen, but yeah.
I don't know. Watch your back. Watch your back. Adrian, would you agree? You seem quiet. You seem like you got stuff to
I've
say.
I've just been trying to think. I've just been literally just sitting here trying to think of like a game idea or concept that hasn't been done. I've got like two things maybe. One is something I've seen before, like on probably on fucking on Lurd. This is like an old ass thing that I've seen on the internet before. A game concept where like the whole time you're playing through the game, like you think you're the good guy doing good guy stuff, and then at the end, turns out you're the bad guy. Or like even like a multiplayer game like that, you like two-player game at like the end, you have to like fight your friend, something like that. Or I was thinking of this. This sounds very complicated, like a large-scale war type, like a space war type game, but the story is dependent on what happens within these multiplayer like skirmishes that you play or whatever. So like if more people if from this faction are getting wins, like this at some point the story's like this planet's now controlled by these people. It's no longer a map. This is now just like or like this planet gets destroyed. This part of the this area, like something like that.
Mm.
Complicated. Trying to think of it.
I was thinking like Helldivers kind of does that in a way where it's
They
like
were so
so
close.
close.
They were so close.
Yeah,
And
but
then
that's against the environment. I'm talking like these factions, like the leadership is just like automated developers or control that whatever, but like the actual just like all the soldiers is just people. Like it's
Yeah.
all dependent on the people of these factions or nations and like the multiplayer games, what happens next in the story with whatever nation. Do they conquer? Do they get conquered? Do they get absorbed? Does another one right? Like, make it real complicated.
I think honestly, just build like with mine. Just I would like to see a fully authentic like guild game where you have all these different like it could be your friends, your home, like have it so it's a kind of a social network built in it,
Hmm.
right? So like if you wanted to be the leader of your faction, you would go and like the early players can get like a special mission after they've progressed a certain amount, and it'd be like a ruthless mission, right? Like they have to go through and kill something or take something out or retrieve something at the same time or just something that's like off the wall pretty hard, right? And then they become the leader of a faction and then they can build upon it. And then you got like people that have different weapons or different classes and have battles. But then, kind of like chasing after resources and I don't know, someone like I think a more custom team rather than random like where you play with randos.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty sweet because like I know Destiny did like the whole faction thing, but they didn't really like
Elaborate.
you just
Yeah.
yeah like you join a faction and you just pretty much get like armor and weapons from that faction
Yeah, it
specific,
was only
right? It
gear
wasn't like
specific.
yeah, it wasn't like battle out here just like throwing dukes with
Yeah.
just another squad because they're in the same area as you, and then it'd be sweet. Like mic'd up, dude. Leaders like, yo, we got flyers like like jetpacks or whatever dragon riders coming in,
Hmm.
whatever the universe may be. Maybe even both, dude. Like a
You just
solid sci-fi fantasy combo,
all you
brother.
hear from the
Fire.
all you hear from the forest is send the kamikaze unit. Oh shit!
Just like
It's just like
this
torpedo
dragon.
dragons
Oh
coming
shit!
down like, oh fuck.
You just see a bunch of people just flying straight down.
I think it would be so cool to have not even like a mix of sci-fi or medieval, like just a straight up medieval game where you build your castle, your kingdom up in a region where you work together with other houses and stuff. And you go out and do missions. You like there's NPCs, there's like uh actual online players that can play a part of your kingdom. Go out and do quests and shit, kill the dragon, save the princess, fucking pillage, whatever you want to do. And then use all that resources that you get, upgrade your castle, and then you like can have all like full scale wars and stuff with other kingdoms, or you can just do those small little quests.
Ooh,
Oh,
faction morality compass, right? But then a singular morality compass. Like if someone's striving to do nothing but good within their faction, like you're not out here doing those kind of like pillaging, thievery, just straight up murking, right? It's all within like an honor
Yeah.
system. But if someone in the faction steps out of line, you can do like a vote, exile them, and then they had to go find. They get kind of thrown out into the wilderness to go find another faction where they are doing that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
And then they can join
Or
like a
or
rogue company or something. Yeah, that'd be sick.
yeah,
But there another part of the morality compass, if you are like a super honorable person, you unlock like specific classes for that. So you could be like a paladin or some shit. Or if you're
cleric,
cleric, or if you decide to be evil, you could just be a thief or I don't know, like a rogue, a
necromancer,
necromancer. Boom.
dark
real
arts.
quick, this is kind of a tangent. I know somebody said, I think Gannon was saying something about like sci-fi and medieval mixed together. There is a game like that already.
Destiny.
I don't know if you guys have seen the videos about
No.
it. No. The one where it's like, I don't know exactly the concept, but basically like you travel back in time from like
Oh, I saw that.
current day to medieval time, like with a truck or something, with like modern weapons,
Oh,
and you go fight. Like,
I'm talking.
It's
exists.
that's
I'm
so
talking about like an
cheap.
amalgamation of both.
It's I saw that
but,
game
I mean,
though,
that is an amalgamation.
but like with a truck.
It looks funny.
It's funny.
I'm talking
I mean,
like a
there's a-
seamless, like a like it would be like a dragon rider.
It's
but
like it
it's
exists
the
in that
guy's dressed
world.
kind of like a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's just like dressed kind of like a stormtrooper in a way, but it'd be kind of medieval looking, and then he's got blasters on the back of his dragon.
Pretty sure you could do that in like Roblox.
But that's Roblox.
Did you guys see the comeback for No Man's Sky?
Yeah.
Did you see the rehaul on
I
that?
saw the
Another
update,
one?
but I obviously haven't
But
played it.
I saw videos, bro. They totally rehauled everything. Like people were like, it's crazy that this game, like was very lackluster in the beginning of it, but then now I saw videos. It looks like a whole different game.
Oh. Oh,
It,
it's
like,
it's
the
almost
same.
kind of like devs care about their games and end up updating it even when they launch in a buggy shitfest state. It's almost like
Yeah.
it's almost like
Man's Sky's
But-
done that though.
yeah, but it's
But it's
also
a
it's also
concept.
the five
It's like-
times that Cyberpunk's done it.
Yeah,
Jeez.
but the concept isn't there.
Chase
How many
sounds
times
like
have you
that
like
guy
played with?
that can't handle
How many times have
you
you
not
played with
playing the things
somebody
he
on
plays.
Cyberpunk?
Huh?
How many times have you played with somebody on Cyberpunk?
How many times have I played with somebody on Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
None. It's a single player game.
Well, they originally commercialized upon having a kind of open world premise where you could play with your friends.
Yeah.
And then it was going to be third person at some parts, and they did none of that.
Well, they did do third person in some parts.
I mean, we can't judge all games. I mean, you can't judge just Cyberpunk like that because Overwatch 2 also released on the premise that there was going to be a campaign and they never did that.
Yeah, why aren't we
Yeah,
shitting
so-
on Overwatch as much as we're shitting on Cyberpunk right now?
Oh, Marvel Rivals is doing that enough.
Yeah, but we can't play it yet.
I know. All right.
You guys can't play it.
I was looking.
Shut up.
You
I was
can't play it
looking-
either, Adrian. You probably get like 2 frames.
Nope.
I was looking. I was like trying to find codes. I even was looking into like Twitch streamers that like would drop codes. I was trying so hard for a second. I was like, dude, if I can just taste.
I have it downloaded on the Xbox. I just, gotta wait.
Yeah, the next one I'm really excited for is that Warhammer, dude. That looks amazing.
I was gonna ask you guys, because we did talk about it a little bit in the beginning. What currently is your game of the year? Or what are the games that you're looking forward to the most?
I've just been so out of touch with what's being released and what's been released. I play the games I play
of
with my
games that
friends.
you've played, I would
games
include
we've
Destiny
played.
2's expansion.
Destiny 2 was.
I mean, yes.
I got that on the
maybe.
back burner,
Yeah.
but I'm coming back to that because
Eventually,
I forgot how much
yeah.
I love.
I've just been really heavy into Elden Ring, so I don't know.
That's good though.
It
You
is
needed
good.
that.
You did need that.
Yeah, I've hit over level 200 now. I've just been trying random shit. I'm doing the Swift Spear right now. I'm kind of just fucking around with that because I like it how quick it is compared to other spears.
I like
I'm
the
just trying shit out.
Loretta's
It's like the name.
Goliath or whatever.
Yeah. It has a pretty good move set. And I did Randy's quest. I didn't know I was able to do Randy's quest still, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I did. Race Quest is sweet.
It is sweet.
Dude, that's probably one of my favorite quest lines in the game.
I helped him beat
That-
Estelle.
Yeah. We bodied her
We
quickly.
fucked him up.
The bug
Blasphemous
monster.
Blade. My faith is at like 55 or something. And then I have Godric's Great Rune on. so all my attributes are going up.
We got to pop
I
a
also
rune
did that
arc
too.
to use his rune. You know that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I know that.
Okay.
I went rune arc hunting a
Okay.
little bit just to collect some.
Oh, all right.
I know what
Sorry.
I'm
Hang
doing.
on.
Okay,
I
Buster.
gotta do this real quick. But did you know that, Adrian?
Yes, I did know that.
Did you know that you had to power up a rune arc to use your rune powers?
And I also had learned that I was popping buffs that didn't stack, so I stopped doing that.
See, yeah, dude, I see people do that all the time where I'm like,
You spend five
are
minutes buffing,
we,
but
yeah,
none of those
are we
stack.
actually, yeah.
Like
That's
I
why
know
you just
Black
stick
Flame
with,
protection. I was using that for a while, but that and like Divine Vow don't stack, so it was kind of pointless.
Yeah.
you live and you learn, is what they say.
Us
Yeah,
magic users, we only have one magic buff if we don't use our flask.
I think so. Yeah, I've been leaning more into Faith and Dex,
Yeah. Yeah. Faith and
but
Are
Dex.
you counting the
uh,
armaments? Are you counting the armament buffs?
No, I'm not. Well,
no, I'm not.
actually,
I'm not kind
there's
of armor buffs.
quite a few armament buffs. Oh, and also you gotta include talismans, and you gotta also make sure you're wearing certain armor that boosts your stats as well to get the optimal gameplay experience.
That was one thing I was doing, just trying to experiment a lot with trying to find or like center around stance damage weapons, like with the Rolana's cameo, going into wing stance or using moon veils stance or putting unsheath on my Uchi katana or no, the Nakakiba. Well,
Oh,
actually, I
Sheath
have
More like
goes
that
not gonna
hard.
keep you.
cocked it, and then also using things with the Godfrey icon talisman with charged attacks.
Them charged attacks go burr. Um, but Radon's still taking them. Tell you what.
I think I'm gonna be fine when I fight him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
That's
at the
what.
same level as you, Adrian, and he is pushing me hard. And I'm
Yeah, but
summoning
I'm gonna keep
three
leveling up,
people.
and we're at the same level, and you're at Radon. I haven't even killed Mesmer yet.
Oh,
Like,
so I'm gonna get big and strong before I get to Radon. Head ass.
yeah,
You
yeah.
mean help you kill him, Chase?
Yeah, somebody. I was trying to get Trey to do it with me, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not there yet." And I was like, "You
He
are
hates
though."
Radon.
I know, but I was like,
No, he
"You're
new
there."
gamed, but
Oh, he did.
One night,
I think
I'm gonna
so.
fuck him up.
one night, not to my own horn, but I helped Macy beat her, Cole beat him, and then in between both of those, I for some reason our code was 555, and then I had a random summon me. I was like, you know what? I'm already here. Let's do this. We killed him then too.
All right, so
Honestly,
where are you? Help me.
I used Great Shield, Spear. That's it.
I summoned somebody that did the same thing, and he died instantly. I was like, "What?"
Well, you got to have the right. You got to have the right talismans on for that, and the right physic. If you do it right, I don't even use my physic until second half, and then it's like strictly um, like poise boost. I think that's what I put on it, and like damage negation. No,
The
all damage
Opaline Heart
negation
tier.
and physical. Yeah, and then physical damage negation. And then it's my Smith Script Spear plus 25 with Blood Affinity. And then my Great Shield with like my Great Shield Talisman. Um, I legit was wearing Onsbox clothing. I had no defense on my body, just strictly shield and spear. And then I just stand there and I block and then I stab. And then if he gets away from me, I throw my spear at him. He runs back to me, and I stab.
Now here's
Kind
a
of cheap,
question.
but after I was fighting him one day for 3 hours, and I was like, I want to do this instead.
Hold on,
This seems
actually,
better.
let me.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This guy.
Yeah, get him on
You
your.
can't steal my swag, dog.
But did you try using the Carrion Sovereignty Ash of War that does a total 91 stance damage when you use its full combo? That'll drop most bosses into a critical hit standpoint. Did you?
Yeah, did you?
Did you even know about that?
I want to see you use Kyrian Sovereignty against Prime Radon and
I
see what
will.
happens to your butthole.
I will. I've got it on my Banished Knight's Greatsword.
Finish that Great Sword S tier weapon from pre DLC.
Yeah, I know. I
I'm gonna
have
throw
three of
that
them.
out there. They're amazing.
I have like five of the chest piece, the altered
I
one.
I gave one to Cole, and I went back when he's first starting, and I put like some kind of flame art Ash of War on it, and he calls it the Gano Blade, and he still uses it to this day. It's an S tier weapon, hands down, and it's crazy because it's a pretty simple weapon. But yeah, I would like to see you hit a Kyrian Sovereignty on Primer
Yeah,
Dawn.
dude. The second I tickle him, he
I will.
fucking backs up and like
Yeah,
whacks
dude.
me with his shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Especially second
Yeah.
phase.
No,
Especially
what pisses
second
me
phase.
off is
See,
I have all
the
three
key
of.
is
I have all. Hey, shut up, Adrian. The thing I fucking hate about him is
I was
that
quiet for 5 seconds.
I was talking. I was in the middle of talking. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, in his second phase, I have three of my fucking summons still alive. You know, I got Mimic Tier, I got Torfin, and I got wait, not Torfin. I have a whatever the dude and
Totally.
Sir whatever. They're all still alive.
Ansbach.
Ansbach and
On spot.
Tholier,
Yes,
Tholier,
yes,
whatever.
yes, and yes. And my Mimic. And me. So 4 against 1. Get him to the second phase. Easy. It is so easy to get him to the fucking second phase. The second he gets into that second phase, I run away from his big blast. But then he does like a dash move where he literally just appears and he'll attack all 4 of us at the same time. He'll hit one person over there, hit me, sprint right over to me, and then sprint over to my other summons, and then they all die. And I'm like, that's the stupidest shit. Let me run away. Let me reset. Let me Terra Magica his ass. No. It doesn't work.
Get good.
I'm sorry, Adrian, for yelling, but you interrupted me.
Just wait, Adrian.
Yeah, I don't think you're.
He'll
I do
break
not
you.
think you're ready.
He'll break you.
I think I think I'll struggle for a bit at first, but I think I'll adapt and I think that I'll do it. Why? Because I'm a fucking animal, okay? I'm a lion
Capybara.
when it gets its teeth into a gazelle.
Like a little capybara.
You ever put a starving lion in an enclosed capture with a bunch of like deer or something? That's me. When I see Radon,
It
I'm
reminds me
gonna
of like
touch him.
those cringe videos where it's like, I have the heart of a lion. None will challenge me. Like, dude, put the fries in my bag.
Realistically,
Put the fries in my bag.
realistically, he's gonna fucking hammer my shit in. I've seen something lately. People are going into the boss fight, and he's already at the start of his second, like he's starting his second phase as they walk in. Like it's a weird glitch or something.
Kill me now. Does he still have full health or?
It's like Kai Cenat
Full
cheating and
full health, second phase.
Yeah, no. I'm leaving. Get me out.
oh, yeah, that's a terrible glitch.
Yeah,
That's like
that is.
that is a
Yeah.
terrible glitch. That is
The fact that
suicide.
it's not even like you
It
get
is.
him to half health, you get him to like like 3/5 of his health, and he goes into second phase. It's not even half. You don't even get to half, and it's second phase. You still have the majority of his health to clear out.
That's why I haven't understood these videos of these people with like the Zui handler or whatever, and they're just doing that the stamp upwards cut, and they're hitting like 100,000 damage. I saw a dude hit like 107,000 damage, one shot Radon. I was like, huh?
Would that be a stance move?
I think
Could the cameo be used on that?
maybe
If you stack
maybe I
that
could
with
try.
God Freeze, if you stack that with God Freeze,
OP.
because
Well,
it's
because
considered a stance.
I don't think it would
Because you do get a
even.
stance,
Yeah,
or,
you do the
or
stamp stance, but I
it
don't
has to be a
think it's
held
in the
stance though.
stance. It does. Yeah, it has to be long enough. It's like a good 2 seconds
Yeah,
that it has to be held in stance.
that makes sense. Because like with the wing stance and Rolana's stance, like
Yeah,
you
have
could
to
just
sit there for a
stay.
good two
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That'd be crazy though. I do
It would
wonder.
be
I see people use that insert
Sui
Nordic name.
handler,
Isn't
Yeah,
it German?
something like that.
it looks like a straight up Viking
Yeah, but
greatsword.
I think it's a German name.
Zweihandler.
Uh,
The
it would definitely.
Zweihandler.
Yeah.
You don't understand the
Uh,
power of the sword.
we're doing good time. I did want to talk about because we're doing good on
Oh
time,
yeah,
but I wanted to
sure.
talk about one thing that's not video game related for once.
Hey, Adrian, I hate to break it to you. We're a leisure podcast. We talk about our fun gaming, anime,
Leisurely.
movie media. That's kind of our niche.
Wait,
Well,
what?
let's complain about one
I
human
love quiche.
experience,
Me too.
and that is traffic. Do you know traffic really, it should not exist? Like, if you ever looked up the science they've done behind it, everything, it's legit as much as a bird flying past one car, making it stop for a second, that creates such a like a accordion shockwave effect that like a couple miles down, you're stopping for 3 minutes on the freeway for no fucking reason. You pass by
You
where
said
all the
human
congestion is.
experience, and then you said traffic. I thought this was going somewhere else entirely.
Where did you think it was going?
Traffic is a human experience.
Well, I thought you were talking about human trafficking.
Oh,
No, no,
Yeah, and I was like,
no,
wait,
no,
oh, we're talking
no.
car
We're talking
traffic.
road
Oh, okay.
traffic. We're talking in a
let's talk
car.
road
Oh, okay,
traffic.
We're
good.
talking this stupid shit. I forgot. I don't know if it was in like Japan or China. They did like a test, a study on this. It was a enclosed circle road, and they had like 20 something cars driving around at like 30 miles an hour. And for a good minute, it's just a consistent until somebody has to stop because they feel like they're getting a little too close, and you just see it just happening back and forth, like how long these people have to end up stopping for down the line. It's nuts. It's so stupid. It shouldn't exist. It shouldn't happen like that.
Well, you live in
What the
California.
fuck? This is anywhere with any freeway or highway. This happens.
In Ohio, you can get to the same places in just about the same amount of time as it would be on the
There's
highway
still traffic on the highway. Don't lie.
going
Yeah,
back roads. Oh, well, I'm saying
Well, yeah,
that's
going
that's
back roads. You
back
can just go
roads.
back roads.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But like
and you can eliminate
this is
traffic.
everywhere.
In California, you gotta kind of almost take
But
the
even
highway.
then, even if you start moving more people onto the back roads, it's still going to happen on the freeway because it's not like there's too many people. It's just one. It's just somebody stopping because a bag's on the freeway. Like there's a tire like near their lane, so they kind of have to slow down and like maybe go around it or something. Like just anything slight like that is going to send a shockwave down the rest of traffic. That means you're now stopping for 3 minutes on the fucking freeway, and you pass by where the congestion is, and it's just like, why were we stopped? Why were we stopped here for no fucking reason? It's I saw something about it, and I think about it now. Anytime I'm on the road, it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
Why are
So
we
you're
slowing
saying
down?
there should be less humans on the planet.
No, I think just traffic is such a weird enigma that like
Adrian, what are your
anything can
thoughts on
cause a
genocide?
traffic jam. Terrible,
Okay.
awful, should
All
not
right.
happen.
Just needed to get that soundbite.
Hmm.
All right.
And what are your thoughts on traffic?
Terrible,
And what
awful.
are your thoughts on
Should
human
It's a weird
trafficking?
enigma.
What are your thoughts on the phrase
Despicable,
two
awful crime
negatives
that
make a
should not
positive?
happen.
What
Huh?
do you want to tell Joe Byron
What are
right
your thoughts
now?
on
Take me out to dinner.
wow, that happened.
Hey,
That really
yo.
happened.
That happened. But yeah, I was gonna bring it up forever ago. I remember having, especially the traffic and the driving in Denver sucks because the city was built relatively like uh early, not early, like late in American history. So a lot of like the eastern cities are very much more walkable because back then there weren't any cars. So people just had to walk everywhere. And then obviously they built streets and highways and stuff to introduce cars to the modern life. But in Denver, it's like they really started to build Denver up when cars were already invented. So they built the city around cars. So it's not walkable in the slightest. So if I want to go to the fucking like liquor store down the road, that's like maybe it should be like a 3 minute walk. It turns into a 5 minute drive. But I can't walk there because of this ginormous highway that I would have to walk onto and cross if I wanted to get there. Or I would have to literally go all the way around a block that would take me maybe 15, 20 minutes if I wanted to walk. I,
Yeah.
and also, yeah, driving just sucks too. I hate it. I would much rather be in a walkable environment. That way, I don't have a car payment. I don't have to pay for gas. And I feel like my city and neighborhood would just be a lot more cleaner and vibier. There's a time and place for
Yeah. See,
cars,
that's why
but yeah, we definitely need to invest in public transit.
Good
that's
job.
why I got a little annoyed watching Ted Lasso because they show like the city that like that he lives in and stuff. Like there's just mostly walking. Like, he's just walking around. It's just like everything's just walkable distance, and I'm just like, what? Why can't I live there? Why do I have to hop in the car if I just want to go to the vape shop? Like,
It is modern capitalism.
yep. Never.
If you have somebody that is qualified to work at a certain company, but they live 30 minutes away, what is that going to do? It's going to put profits into the car, gas, and oil market. It all feeds back into each other.
That's why the suburbs exist.
Yep.
Car
Yep.
Yeah.
industry.
That's why Cybertrucks exist.
That's why. Did you guys hear Elon Musk is a baby furry?
Wait, what?
No,
That was a,
are
that was a
no?
loaded
Are you
statement.
guys sitting down for this? Are you guys sitting down for this?
You
Hold on, let
you
me
could
find a
physically
seat.
see
Yeah, I
both
just
of
want
us
to make sure
sitting.
you guys are sitting. Listen to what.
I found a seat.
Okay, thanks. Um. Okay, 2 words: baby furry. What does that mean to you?
The baby animal
Okay, let's no.
in
Okay,
furry
let's
mode.
take furry in the modern idea comprehension. A
Yes.
furry is a human being who dresses up as a animal of some sort, and they create
So he
and
So
they
he's
dresses up as a baby
they
animal.
so he's a little pet
no
shop.
no. He, you
He's,
guys are
he's,
close, but okay, I'll just describe it. He dresses up fursuit but acts like a baby online.
Hot. I mean, that's crazy. That's disgusting.
People
Where's that at?
he
I just
has
want
a
to.
fucking Twitter, like a separate Twitter account where he not like goes by a different alias obviously and talks like a baby as a furry. He's like a baby furry. It's like a whole fucking community. And people found out it was actually Elon because they looked at his fucking user data and realized, oh, these accounts are literally linked together. It's Elon Musk's actual Twitter account and it's his baby furry separate account.
That's why you wanted Twitter.
Just want you to.
Am I
No, not
surprised? Not
really.
really.
No, I mean it's
No, not
Yeah,
really. No,
it's like
not surprised. It's just it's in reality, so that exists. So it's just like,
oh, here we go with the Yoshi midget thing again.
why, why, Elon? We're not surprised you do this, but like,
no, okay.
what are the sequence of events that led you to decide this is the thing I'm gonna keep doing?
Yeah. It's like the people that, act like babies when they're grown adults, they like wear the diapers and shit, they sleep in a crib.
Where?
Weird as
Bitch on the baby.
okay, I'm personally not a fan of furries. But I will accept that they can exist in society. But baby furries, that's going into some
I
weird
think-
territory.
Don't get me started on furries.
Well-
Because it's just borderline bestiality. Why do we allow that to be
See,
acceptable?
it's not,
Of all the things in this
but
world,
see, it's borderline. I would much rather have people dress up as animals and have sex with each other than people having sex with animals. Call me a glass half full kind of guy. Call me an optimist.
then are you okay with grown adults dressing as babies and fucking each other?
I didn't say I was. Don't ever put those words.
I'm with Adrian on this. This really, if you're going by that logic, there's
Okay,
no
but I
difference.
think no, but
If
I
you're going
think
by that
I think it's
logic,
two
there's no
different. I
difference.
think animals and babies are two different things.
It's just completely wrong. Those hit a point where you don't have to go any lower than that. That the bar's too low. You don't have to.
Yeah,
nothing's lower than those
Where's
two.
the line drawn, Chase? Where's the line
Those
drawn?
those two are just like battling it out to see which one is worse. So like, it's just
I was with you for a second. I was like really listening, hearing you out, Chase,
Nah.
but then I was like, actually,
Okay,
no.
all right,
I'm with Adrian on this one.
okay.
but that's the way I look at it. I'm just,
But no, but okay, this
Yeah.
is my thought process. I look at America, land of the free, right? You're free to do whatever it is you want to do, as long as you're not harming anyone, physically or verbally. And yeah, pretty much that's end all be all. With people dressing up as animals and having sex with other people who are dressed up as animals, I just look at that as like a weird fetish. As long as they're not fucking the
But-
animals.
These kind of desires
but then-
are like
but then-
wired in their psyche to a certain amount where they look at their own dog one day and they're like, I could.
Then arrest them.
You know
then
what? I could.
literally lock them in jail.
Okay. If you cut that off before it even gets to that point of thinking,
But then
Then
but
it
then
wouldn't
but then
happen.
we're like, okay, technically you're not doing anything illegal. Then why are then like technically if there's ever a slippery slope of anything, if you like steal a lighter from a gas station, are we gonna be like, this guy stole fucking? I mean, he stole one thing. What's saying he can't steal the Declaration of Independence?
because you got to apply that logic everywhere. Then.
That's what I'm saying.
then
You can't
then-
apply that logic to
okay,
anywhere.
if we're going to go with a klepto, someone that starts off, they inch into it by stealing that lighter. They're like, wow, that was kind of a rush. I got away with stealing that. Then they go through, they steal 2 layers. It starts off as something, oh, it's fine, it's fine. Next thing you know, they're like, I'm just going to rob the
We've all
store.
stolen stuff. Are we
Then
ever
then they're
are we
like,
ever
oh,
going to
that's
actually
failed.
steal the
I'm bringing a gun in to rob that store. Then I'm going to shoot the clerk to
All
steal
right.
this. Oh, wow, this is a
We're getting
rush.
to extremes. That's just a psychopath that you're describing.
It
Yeah.
starts off as
No, it
kleptomaniac.
doesn't. I think psychopaths are
But
born as psychopaths.
what it starts off is
Okay, no,
legit
okay,
someone
no.
that
We
loves to
we've
steal.
all
And then it becomes the adrenaline rush. It's all with that kind of thinking,
Yeah.
especially with sexually fused thinking, like what we're going with in this specific topic. It's all starts off
well,
like
I think the gateway to being a furry would be like if they had pets at home growing up. If they've never had the thought of actually bestialitying,
Okay.
but then they just skip that whole phase and transition to just being a furry and having sex with other humans that are furries.
But here's the thing. The fetish is centered around the animal. The animal is being sexualized, just like the two adults dressing as babies having sex. Infancy is being sexualized.
Okay.
And these two things, sexualizing an animal, sexualizing an infant, these are just like that's you can't get
Okay.
lower. You can't
No, I
get lower.
agree. I agree. If you're sexualizing,
At least
if
in
you're
my eyes.
sexualizing something, then yeah, it's yeah, no, that's a no go. I apologize. We forget everything I just said. Furries, knock it off.
See, now if people were doing it as like dressed as like stereotypical like space aliens, that's just weird. There's nothing
I
illegal
can get
in it. It's
down
just
with that.
very
What's
weird.
up?
But in these senses, it's just like you're fetishizing illegal things. You're at the bottom. Yeah. How we
that was
feeling?
that summed up my long-winded answer.
I've changed my opinion. I'm sorry. You should have just started with the whole sex. Like, I completely like didn't even it escaped my mind. I was like, oh yeah, people having sex with people dressed as animals. That's not bad. But then yeah, they are sexualizing the animals at that point.
Yeah. Just like I always just remind people, we lived a long time on the internet in our lives. We saw the jar,
Ah, yeah.
My Little Pony jar.
Oh, that was one of our best TikTok clips in the early days. Did you know that?
So yeah,
Pony jar.
call back. Hit.
All this reminds me of Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, the
You
the
know what episode I'm
brony
talking about?
brony episode.
Yeah.
Oh man. We're the theory of Bob's Burgers, the meat that they sell is actually humans.
I wouldn't do that.
Well, that's the thing. Like the very first episode,
That's like
yeah,
episode
the very
one.
first
Yeah, it's
episode is
episode
called
one.
like human meat. And that's like a bunch of people have like conspiracies of like why Linda will never leave Bob because technically they're tied to the secret of them like eating and serving humans. So if
She
well,
loves Bob,
but
though.
yeah, obviously that's what the fans say, but there it's just a
Yeah,
deeper
but-
thing. It's like why the kids are all like weird and like they have like their own weird trauma going on. That's why Linda or why Bob is just like a very like stone cold like he's kind of like not what's the serial killer? Ed Hell no, that's guy from The Office.
Ed
Ed
Gein.
Kemper?
Yeah. Where he's just like
Um,
blank face, like
see,
stone
I
cold.
always just thought it was kind of just implied that like all of them were just a little on the spectrum, just a little
Or
bit.
they're all on the spectrum of murder.
It's like the Caillou
I
that has
can't-
cancer theory.
Well, that's a kid's show.
Caillou's
well,
a
no,
bald
no.
little bitch.
Caillou's a kid's show, so that's obviously discrediting. He's just a guy who is bald. Bob's Burgers is a show made for adults that may have subliminal
But it's
messaging in it.
but
But they
yeah,
don't
it's not
mention that
like
any like at all beyond that.
yeah, it's not
Like,
like a Rick and Morty show. It's like a feel good adult animation show. Like you know, like that one Netflix one, Disenchantment or
yeah,
Disenchanted, whatever.
disenchantment.
Like it's just kind of like yeah, it's adult, but it's kind of more like feel good. There's no more like deeper like subversive plot going on that like will never be
Well,
spoken about until maybe the
I
very
don't
end.
think it's real. I just thought maybe in like the first season when they were getting it pitched, maybe they had a deeper uh thought behind the show as a whole, but then they decided to cut all that. But then they hinted to it in the very first episode because it was called like human meat.
I think I could see that. I think of it more as like maybe setting it up to show that like the burger place isn't that successful. It's not that good. People equate
Or
it to human meat.
meet, as in nice to meet you. Great title for
Double
a pilot
entendre.
episode. Yeah.
Who invited Kendrick? I want to make a prediction real quick. I heard somebody say this the other day, and I think it's going to be the new slang that is being thrown around by the younger crowd. I heard somebody, you guys are aware of clip farming, right? It's like the streamer term
Yeah.
where people are trying to like catch somebody off guard and like create content so they can. It's like an inorganic way of like making content online. It's not
In
Yeah.
orgasmic way.
It's akin to
content farming.
which you see on like threads and Twitter.
I heard somebody say, I'm just farming, unironically. Insinuating this person was trying to get somebody to like do something, whatever. Like he was just trying to set up something in an inorganic way, and then when the person didn't like get what he was doing, he was like, "Oh, I'm just farming, like trying to clip farm." But he was saying it as in like, I'm just joking. I think that's going to be the new slang that's going to be thrown around in a couple months. I want to timestamp this August 5th.
I don't think it'll last long because I think it
Don't
exists
fucking
in the
thumbs
realm
me down,
of the
you
chronically online.
You fuck-
I think you'll see like the slang pop up with like
What the
pages
Sigma?
and stuff that like talk about streamers and shit like that it'll exist
Literally.
within the realm of Twitch and Kick and
But we're seeing
YouTube
it
and
more in our like regular world. Like I went to the fair the other day, and
yeah, but nobody else is gonna understand it.
but the kids do.
Like if you don't understand streamers, kids are stupid.
Literally.
Yeah, but the kids are also creating.
18 to 24. Stupid.
Yeah, seriously. But I just because it's like LOL and OMG, like we created that. No one really thought that was gonna be like world widespread. It just eventually got into the culture of everything, and now it's being put into dictionaries and shit. I guarantee you, farming is going to be in Webster dictionary by 2026.
I don't think so because in the case of like LOL and OMG, those were integrated with something that also got integrated into literally everyday life. You
It was
at
a lot
least
easier
type on a
to
phone
Type
once
that
in a
out
day.
than like going through
Yeah.
like 4.
I know, but it's like, what's another?
Like instead of saying like that was hilarious, we could just say LOL.
But what's an equivalent of like just a long word? Like what's a slang word now that we use in everyday life?
Sus.
Sus. Ibaka. I feel like no, I feel
Riz.
like you guys are intentionally stonewalling me right now.
Patronizing
No, because I'm saying like with with what you're trying to say with farming, it's only existing within a small sphere. Like that's not going to escape
I
outside of the world of like live
Oh,
stream gaming.
literally, no,
And
hold on.
that's
Riz. Riz is a slang word that is being used everywhere. And that is short for
No,
charisma.
it's pronounced whiz. It's
yes,
pronounced whiz.
but
So
that's just for a word that's used all around. Farming is for a
No,
this term is for
but
a
Riz
specific
started
thing, like a very
no,
specific
Riz
thing.
started from
And if it's a very
Riz
specific corner.
started from streaming though. It came from streaming.
you go to the corner. How about that, Adrian?
Yeah, but was it like an actual action that was being done in like
I
farming? Like people say, "Oh, I'm just farming. I'm just farming." Like no other person's gonna understand. Like, oh, they're just clip farming. This is like a very specific thing. Just like Riz isn't like a very specific
I
thing.
think
That's just one
but
thing.
in the context of I can't remember who the streamer was, but in the context of him saying it, he said it in a like IRL conversation, you know? He said it outside of streaming and the streaming structure. He said it like
Yeah,
in his
and
it was in his vocabulary, you know?
yeah, but I'm saying like it's outside of people like him, nobody else is gonna understand that, and it's not gonna be a thing where like some 50-year-old who doesn't know anything about Twitch hears that and it's just like, oh yeah, he's clip farming. He's just farming. Like it's I don't see it because
Back in
it's
my
just a
day, we
very.
farmed with our hands.
I feel like
hey,
all right,
do
Ron
you want to
Swanson.
bet on it? By 2026, if it's not in Webster Dictionary, what do you want?
I want.
I don't know, 15,
Thank you
20
for
bucks.
joining
Like
us
it's
for
not
another
that big
episode
of
of
a
the
deal to
Sling Original
me.
Podcast. You can find us on all streaming platforms. I'm talking Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. You can go there and clip farm if you want. You can also go to our Patreon for the same kind of gig. Only $3 a month, strictly donation. It is not
$3.
something you have to pay. You can find all of our everything everywhere, especially on what, Chase? The
All at
Clip
once.
Farms. Find it. You can find us there. I'm just farming. You know? I'm just farming. I'm just farming. And that will conclude my plug.
Look.
God, dude, you're such a boomer.
Clip farming.
Yeah,
Look at me.
fucking boomer. Fucking loser.
I'm just farming, guys. Anyways,
Don't worry about me. I'm just farming.
I'm literally just farming, literally.
I'm literally just farming right now.
You know, hold on.
Literally.
Last thing, because I just thought of this. You saying farming for like this Twitch thing, it just reminds me of the Taylor Swift friendship bracelet thing. Because farming really has long originated
That's the thing.
within
Where do you get
gaming
those?
as a term. Not content farming or clip farming. Farming has always really for a while been a specific game with like Borderlands, Souls-like games. Just like Taylor Swift fans are saying, friendship bracelets, even though that's just candy bracelets that have just is being adopted from a long-standing. It's been a long-standing thing.
But
within the
now
EM
who?
community. That's
But
how I'm seeing
now
it.
who do we associate it with?
TT
Chronically
Swift.
online people.
But who tends to make things more aligned with certain groups? Chronically online people.
T Swift.
Chronically
But
online.
I'm
That's your
I'm
only
just
place it'll
saying,
exist.
Webster Dictionary, please do your boy a favor. Add that shit in by 2026.
I don't even think Riz has been entered. It would take
Yeah, but
a
that's
lot
what I'm
longer.
saying. Like, Riz just came popular this year, I feel like. So,
Last year.
okay, well,
For
I'm
sure.
giving it next year. I bet it's in there next year. 2025. If it's not already in, I
have it on
bet
my ears.
it's already in. Hold on. Adrian, you can close this
Pretty
out.
sure it's not. That's all we have for today's episode of the Something Original podcast. My name
It's
is
in
Adrian.
fucking Webster Dictionary, you motherfucker.
Is
It
already?
is. Webster,
crazy.
baby. Riz.
It's kind of blurry, but I believe you.
When was it added? 2024. Early 2024. Wait, is Is farming? Hold on.
Internet.
Is farming?
Watch it say something about gaming first, if anything.
They already got this shit. No, not farming system. All right, they're still pretty old school with this one.
Hmm.
If that gets added for like Twitch shit before it gets added for something you do in a video game for specific loot, I might punch holes in many walls. 'Cause that's
Yeah,
stupid.
no, they're still doing. They're talking about the farm, actual like farming, agriculture shit. Anyways, I'm Chase.
And I am, was, and will always be Gannon. Farming.
Peace out.